when it comes to our rationalized mind versus our emotional mind, what do you think overrides, or do you think we can pick and choose which side we want to use?
A lot of times people aren't aware of the emotional mind's influence. So, if you start getting some of those body sensations, you have to ask yourself some good questions sometimes, like, I'm feeling frustrated or angry. You do this in your head, frustrated and angry. Is that appropriate given what is really happening here? And you can kind of talk yourself through that. The psychologists have a very fancy term for that. It's called metacognition, which literally means you're thinking about the way you're thinking. I remember early in my career, and I was kind of learning about how to manage my own emotions, and I've been continuing to grow in that, and I wasn't really good at it early on. I remember driving home from work one day, and I was very unhappy and upset. And I started trying to analyze why. And I realized that I had no good reason for that. I can't even remember now what the issues were, but they weren't worth being upset or angry or, that kind of thing.
Do we think that we can choose to stick with our logical mind, or do you think the emotional side takes over?
Yeah, when the emotional side takes over, it's called emotional hijacking. And that can lead to a lot of, unfortunate situations and problems. Going back to the idea that, if you have, a level of emotional intelligence where you can recognize, hey, I'm feeling angry. And then you can actually take a breath, analyze the situation rationally, and manage that emotion. That's actually almost the definition of, a significant level of emotional intelligence or emotional maturity.